text now, don't we? Alright, so this will probably ruffle some tail feathers, but I think it is detrimental to, in our state right now, of what's going on in this country, and especially in the cities of these states. If elected mayor as being governmental head for Converse and the main focal point to the Texas governmental body, essentially to the governor of Texas, governor of Texas, if there were to be a state emergency, would you ensure the constitutional rights stay intact? There are many people in the city, if this situation were to arise, believe that there could be a tyrannical governmental takeover, and how could you ensure that this would not happen? And I would also like to say, I pray to God this doesn't happen, but this is just if it happens.
Wow. Wow. Good job there, Chris. That's a great question. First of all, you used the word yourself. Pray. I can't predict the future. I don't know what will or won't happen. I do know that as mayor, I will be responsible and I will take care of our responsibilities as your government. This is not a small issue. All of us are living in unusually difficult times. My prayer is, to be honest, that you will select me as your mayor, because I do believe, quite honestly, that the laws of this country need to be enforced and need to be respected. So I believe in our country, I believe in our community, I believe that the laws are in place to protect us and to make sure that we are respectful of them. I believe in myself enough to put myself out there and say, I'll do that. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you. And I'm 100% on the same page as you are, Chris. I can't predict what's going to happen, but I can tell you that I know that law enforcement is number one on my priority list. I just, quite frankly, that is the reason that government was formed, is to keep us, protected. So I don't know if that answers your question, but what I want you to know is that it's important to me, and I am not going to back down from that. I may not be a law officer, I may not be a law enforcement, individual, but I trust those who are, and I believe in fulfilling my responsibility as your mayor. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I've been taking medication, so I had to go because I'm drinking a lot of water. Chris, can you tell me, because I didn't listen to what was going on.
So essentially, if you were elected mayor as being governmental head for Converse, and the main focal point for Texas governing body, essentially to the governor of Texas, if there were to be a state of emergency, would you ensure the constitutional rights stay intact? There are many people in this city that if this situation were to arise, believe that there would be a tyrannical government takeover. How could you ensure that this would not happen? And then I also added, just in case you didn't hear, I pray to God that it does not happen.
Okay, that's it. Chris. That's a very tough one. And sir, I know where you're going from there. Okay. Our forefathers wrote the Constitution for every state here that's in the United States. I know where you're going. The citizens, yes. To bear arms. I know what you're talking about. The right to bear arms. Like I said, my grandson was murdered by a gun. A young gentleman reached up and shot him. Now, was it the gun's fault? No. Guns don't kill. It's people. People kill. I think that everybody has the right, and you may say I'm wrong, has the right to bear arms to protect their own household. But reasonable thinking. I mean, you just can't take your gun out, and you can't go around, and you can't say, I'm holding my gun, and you mess with me, I'm gonna shoot your ass. Excuse the expression, but that's what people think. I speak the truth. To bear arms, yes, it's in the Constitution. Now, God forbid if we had this, you would have to control what guns you can have, because we're all gonna go and shoot each other up, and you don't want that, Chris. I say, yes, you have the right to bear arms, but you have the right to have common sense. Use your common sense when you have your firearm. Just don't wave it at anybody and say, but yes, the right to bear arms to protect your loved ones and your property. I agree, but not just to go around and flash your gun at people and say, mess with me and I'm gonna kill you. I don't agree with that. But I agree that we have to follow the Constitution, and you have to follow it smartly. Because we'll all kill each other if we don't. I hope that answers.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, does anybody else have questions? I know I have a few comments. I'm going to get to the comments. I just want to cover the questions. We have about 25 minutes left.
Okay, ma'am, my name's Teresa Farmer, and with the guns, are you trying to say if you do get the mayor position, will you ban like mental health? No, okay. Yeah, because like I'm a veteran.
No, ma'am, I did not say that.
PTSD. Some of us have PTSD from being in the military. So I was just wondering if that's going to.
I have PTSD too. I will admit it.
Cut that off.
No, ma'am, I did not stress that. I just said control, common sense. We can't all go around shooting each other up. There has to be a regulation on guns, because we can't just go ahead. I said you can bear arms to protect your household, your family, but just don't go out in the public and put a gun holster, because we are not the Wild West. Don't take a gun holster. You mess with me, I'm going to blow you. No, there has to be regulations on how we do it and why we do it. Common sense.
And then the other question I have is like where they're building the animal shelter area. Oh yeah, right close. That street, are they gonna fix it by chance?
Which street, ma'am?
The one heading to 78, FM 78.
I think it's 1560.
I can't. Lower, yeah, I think it's
Right here by the by Placid. It goes by Placid on the other side of the. Huh?
No sidewalk.
Yes. I'll be truthful with you. I don't know. I cannot answer that. I have never asked that question, and that's a good question for me to find out.
And because the guy that possibly you guys are talking about that's been walking the streets on FM 78, he lives in those like abandoned house, or that house that's a little bit way up where the.
He's called Spider-Man.
Oh, and he's always wearing his underwear.
Yes, ma'am. He's wearing the Spider-Man underwear.
Yeah,
I'm
because he'll
familiar.
be like blocking my car and standing on the hood. Like I'm like, oh God, I got PTSD. Please.
Everybody I think in this city has experienced Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
His underwear.
I'll toot at him and he'll go, "Goobah." And I say, hi, Spider-Man. His name is David.
Okay.
For your information, his name is David. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
because he'll just jump out of the woods area there. And
Yes, ma'am, and I understand.
Yeah, right.
We've all experienced him, and we've all had to call the police, and he's been locked up a couple of times. But to answer that question on that road,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to be truthful with you. I don't know. I can find out that question for you if you'll see me after the meeting. Give me your name and number, and I will find the question, an answer to that question for you, because I can't tell you right now I know it. I do not know it. I will be truthful with you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you restate the question? I'm sorry. Can you restate the question, please?
About the guns?
Yes.
Okay, the guns, like how they were saying that they want to put like a mental health
Restriction or?
there's something like
Red flag law.
yeah, red flag laws.
Okay.
And would that include like would you go put red flag laws and also consider like veterans that because they have PTSD that would be one of the red flags?
Sure. This is a very complex issue that's being handled at the federal and state level. What I will say is this: I have a great deal of respect, and I really believe in honoring our military and recognizing the difficulties that they have faced in the past and still continue to face. I would recommend if you have a specific concern that is at the federal and state level, those are the government officials that are going to be able to, address that very crucial question. But as for me, I really, I care about our veterans, and I want to make sure that we handle our firearms responsibly. I don't really have a position to take on that particular issue this time.
Any other questions? Okay.
You answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Her question was, would you consider confiscating weapons?
Oh, confiscating weapons.
Well, it happened in New Orleans.
Yes, okay. Mr. Sherman, I would say this. The law as it's written gives us the right to bear arms. I am a constitutional conservative, and I believe in the right to bear arms. I also believe in making sure that our streets are safe and taking care of our citizens to the best of our ability. Where I stand right now, I'm not in favor of confiscating weapons, but I don't have all of the, I don't sense that that's a pending urgency in Converse, Texas right now. Am I wrong about that?
Have you watched the news?
I have watched the news, and I am of the opinion.
In a crisis,
In a crisis.
when the hurricane hit New Orleans, they confiscated guns, right and left.
Yeah.
And,
Then that's why I worded it certainly the way that I did.
Sure.
Because me personally, I'm not gonna allow somebody to come into my house and confiscate my guns. You will be met with a bullet.
They confiscated guns because the levee broke. They confiscated, Mr. Sherman, because the levee broke and all the water and people were drowning and people being on rooftops and they were going into the city and busting windows up and shooting each other. They confiscated for the welfare of the people in New Orleans.
but they confiscated everybody's weapon,
Yeah,
anything that showed up.
Yes, anything that showed up. They didn't go to house and say, I'm gonna take your gun, but what was out in the city, because I live by, I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi, everybody knows that, and they went and they confiscated these people that were breaking in and looting with guns and threatening people. Yes, they went and confiscated those guns, but they didn't go house to house confiscating them. There were still people that had guns.
Okay.
This is a very timely and very important issue, Mr. Sherman. I don't want to jump to conclusions about the right answer at this time. I'm not trying to evade the question. What I'm saying is
You have to maintain order,
yes.
that is
As mayor, as mayor.
correct.
but that doesn't mean that we go out and take everybody's gun.
No, I would agree with you, Mr. Sherman, on 100%.
Mr. Sherman, you can't do that. You just can't take everybody's guns away from them.
All
You
right,
just
this is
can't do
gonna be
it.
the last comment on this topic.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is very passionate to me. As mayor, whenever a situation happens and it's in a state of emergency, you are in charge of this city. Whenever the governor comes down, I don't think the governor, Greg Abbott, will ever do this, but if it comes down from the higher ups down, because that's how it works, poop travels downhill, okay? That's how it works. As small of a city as it is, you will be in charge of telling the police officers of what to do. Would you be willing to tell them, even though you get that order, would you be willing to tell them you do not do that? We are in charge of our city. That is unconstitutional. Or would you tell them, go and take all the guns because we got it from up there?
I really don't think that's a very fair question.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of assumptions and a lot of what ifs.
I mean, that's my
And basically what you're saying is you're not even reading the charter.